Hello Twisters, before we start this video, I need to tell you that I made a mistake. I forgot to add a quarter cup of liquid egg whites. You know the one you buy in the carton? Well, I forgot to add it. And therefore, I had to make this bread over. But I definitely wasn't making the video over. So, for those of you that look at the video only for the recipe, please add a quarter cup of liquid egg whites. Welcome to Shelly's Cuisine. Hello Twisters, how are you? Today, we're gonna make cranberry bread. Yes, my husband likes this. I'm in a good mood, so I'm gonna make him this cranberry bread. It's also a great bread to make around the holidays because that's when you can get fresh cranberries. Okay, so we're gonna start off with 2 cups of flour. We're gonna do the dry ingredients first. 2/3 cup of sugar. This is not a cake that is very sweet. It's kind of like something you have with tea, you know? And we need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Yeah, baking powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, so that's my sugar. Of course, I'm gonna twist it. It wouldn't be Shelly's Cuisine if we didn't do cuisine with a twist. I put 3 tablespoons of shredded coconut. You know I like shredded coconut in everything. Okay, and I am going to put walnuts. I don't like too much walnuts. This is about 2 tablespoons, I guess, but you could put more if you like. And fresh cranberries or frozen. Normally I buy them in the year and I freeze them, so I have fresh cranberries all year round. Do not make this recipe with dried cranberries, okay? All right, that is 1/2 cup of cranberries. So I'm gonna mix up my flour. Again, I'm gonna twist Granny Smith apple. Okay, that is 1 Granny Smith apple. So I'm just gonna get all of this going. And cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I know that was more than 1/2 teaspoon, but too much came out. So that's my dry ingredients. Let me just mix that. Okay, we'll set that aside. Time for the wet ingredients. Okay, so 2 tablespoons. No, I'm sorry. 4 tablespoons, which is a 1/4 cup of butter, melted. Yeah, I get my measurements mixed up sometimes. 2/3 cup of fresh squeezed orange juice, okay? Because this is gonna give a really nice taste. Of course, my vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. You know I like my almond extract. Whoop. 1/2 teaspoon. All right, now, you're supposed to put orange peel, the skin of the orange, the rind, in the flour. I don't have any, but I have McCormick Valencia orange peel because I always have some of this on hand, just in case. That's gonna give us a nice cranberry orange flavor. I would say about 1 teaspoon. If you had fresh, you would do 2 teaspoons of fresh grated orange peel. Okay, so I think I have everything. I'm just gonna mix this. I think I need a whisk. Yep, just to be on the safe side. So this is my wet. It's my dry. And I'm gonna incorporate this. This is a bread that takes like 15 minutes to make. It's very quick. You can see that I left the pulp in the orange. So I want to incorporate all the flour, and my goal is to get everything incorporated. Yep. So guys, remember that I started Shelly's Talk. Shelly's Talk is where I talk about positive things. I tell stories, and I'm on TikTok. So that's Shelly's Talk. I want you guys to subscribe. I'm on Shelly's Cuisine on TikTok and Shelly's_talk on TikTok. And periodically, I put funny stories, inspirational stories. It's called Shelly's Talk, How Positive Are You? And I have a theme each time I do it. So, you know, that's really interesting. It's beginning to take off. It's great. And you notice we don't use a mixer to do this. I am making a mess. We are using our hands, okay? Because a mixer, this dough is going to be rough, like how it is. Don't worry that it's not very wet. This is just the type of bread it is. You know? And I just want to get rid of all that white flour. So when I turn it and I don't see any white flour, we are good to go. So you preheat your oven, 350. Okay. Spray your pan, all sides, it's important. You don't want the bread to stick and not be able to come out. Again, it's like a tea bread, you know? And that's part of the reason why it's not so sweet. Making a mess. Okay. All right, and I'm just gonna smooth it out a little bit. You know, it's okay for it to be a little bit lumpy on the top, but I just like it to be a little bit smoother. You know? Nothing beats the fresh cranberries, having the walnuts. Okay, so it's ready. Gonna put it in the oven at 350 for 50 minutes. Or you take it out when the toothpick comes out dry and enjoy. We're back. And our cranberry bread is ready. Cliff owes me for this nice cranberry bread. Anyway, so we could glaze this cranberry bread in two ways. We could use maple syrup and raw sugar, which is what I'm gonna do, or we could use powdered sugar. If you wanted to do the powdered sugar, it would be half a cup of powdered sugar, and you would stir in 2 tablespoons of water. Mix that up, you'd get the consistency, put a little bit of orange peel in it. That would be real nice, the orange peel in the icing, and that would just glaze the top. So I've got about 1 tablespoon of, the bread is still hot, and I'm just gonna slightly glaze with the maple syrup. And the reason why I do this is because I want the sugar to stick, and I need it to give something to stick. Do not glaze the sides of the bread, only the top. Give a nice little glaze. Make sure you got all pieces. And then we're gonna use the raw brown sugar. And that's it. We're just gonna sprinkle a little bit. We don't want this overly sweet. And basically, we're finished. So I know I have a lot of sugar and syrup, but I don't need to use all of that. Now, it's time to taste. So, oh wow. Look at that. That's nice. Nice and moist. A lot of fresh cranberries. You've got walnuts. That really looks great. So, time to taste. Such a big knife, right? It's a Cutco knife. They're great. Wouldn't do without it. Trying to chew. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Thank you for making cranberry bread with us today. We look forward to seeing what we will twist next for you. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, and tune in next week to find out what we will twist next.